Is that the man himself over there?
It's me. How you doing, Paulie?
So, you ready to go?
I'm game.
Thanks for being on.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Wipe this thing off.
So, Tim, I've got questions for you, and we've been having a lot of fun with some of the other artists. We appreciate you being on, and then hopefully you'll have some questions for me. You up for it?
Totally, yeah. I've been doing a lot of this. You probably have too, so I'm game.
All right. Tim, I've always wanted to know, what's your first memory of falling in love with a guitar, the moment that inspired you to pick up the guitar? What's that moment in your life?
Well, my love of music comes from Top 40 radio in the 60s. And so I think we're talking even before the age of 5, just hearing some of that really early, Peter, Paul, and Mary, Petula Clark, pre-Beatles, Top 40 radio. And then quickly it became the Beatles, and then quickly after it became Hendrix. So it's really the magic of hearing the radio while I was playing with my toys in the backyard.
And did you know that guitar was headed your way? Did you know?
Quickly got bored with drums, and I started drawing guitars. When I was at school sitting at my desk, I would draw guitars, and then I was hooked. Yeah, so.
You were in deep.
Yeah.
All right, so here's a question I've never asked you. What's your favorite piece of gear?
Well, it's probably the new guitar you gave me.
Really? I made the list.
And I did not expect that. You know, you showed up here with that thing over your shoulder.
Uh-huh.
I thought, wow, that thing's beautiful. It's probably not the best sounding guitar. It's just too beautiful. And over time, something about the new pickups, and I'm not just hyping you. I mean, I have to pick a couple of other things that would be my favorite pieces of gear.
I know one, that cabinet in your basement in the box you use every day.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, it's a 412 with some old Celestians in it.
Yeah.
Just absolutely love it. Yeah.
Use it on every track. What's your favorite instrument other than the guitar?
I love playing bass because I spent my life with some of the best bass players in the world. And I know you can relate to this because you have a great rhythm section that you've spent your life with, the Granger brothers.
Yeah. So
the bass players that I came up with playing in this town, Lee Sklar, Paul Bushnell, just amazing. Randy Jackson. Oh my God. He doesn't do it much anymore, but he was an incredible bass player. So my favorite style of bass playing is a combination of James Jamerson and Paul McCartney. Now I want you to think about that because it's the busyness of James Jamerson, which is really great, but then it's the melodies of Paul McCartney. So I try and do some really busy bass playing and then have some melodies on top of it. And the thing about bass is you can get away with being busy because there's nothing else in that frequency. So you can really kind of move around. I've always been jealous of bass players in pop music and rock and country and R&B because they can actually kind of overplay, and it's exciting.
Huh. I got to think about that for a minute. My favorite bass players are the ones that would play these unbelievable bass drum parts. I mean, you know, and it would just if you got near the bass amp, it took your breath away.
Yeah. We're kind of talking about the same thing in a way, but
yeah. So how's music for you? You doing a lot of sessions? What's music for you in these COVID times? What's music like?
It's actually great for me because I'm set up to be online, and I opened a new masterclass on a new platform basically at the beginning of the pandemic, and it's doing really, really well. So I'm able to pay my employees, my editors, and my webmaster, and my tablature guy. And so I'm fully engaged and fully busy. I am doing sessions for people, mostly family and friends. I did a song for Rick Springfield, and there's going to be a video out.
God, that's a long history.
Yeah, long history. So Saturday, I'm releasing a video of a song I did with Rick Springfield, and I'm playing this guitar. I'm playing a slide part, and then I do an interview with him. And so, yeah, the sessions are coming in. They're actually quite fun. I'll have the guys on FaceTime. or whatever, and so there is session work. So we're all kind of set up to work online anyway, as is. So, but the main thing that's keeping me busy is the web business, because I have lots of new members, and it's really, I'm very fortunate for that.
You have questions for me, Tim? I mean, nobody knows this about us, so I might as well just spill the beans. We get together 2-3 times a year for breakfast and just riddle each other with questions like some sort of machine gun. So what are your questions for me?
Okay, what does it take to become a friend? For you, Paul Reed Smith, what's your criteria? Because it doesn't happen instantly, and it's almost like there's a respect thing that has to happen for somebody to become one of your friends.
Well, we're friends, and I remember the moment it started, but I don't remember the moment it started. For me, it's almost like you run into somebody and you've already been with them. And
it's good. That's good.
I get a heart hit. I mean,
that's good too.
There are some people I've been around a really, really long time, and we're just becoming friends. And there are people that we're friends instantly. We're not friends anymore. Greg Granger and I are getting better friends every day for reasons I can't really explain, but we just keep getting closer. You and I are like me and Peter Denenberg. We just keep going to breakfast and having at it. You came to me one breakfast and said, well, I'm going to change my life. And I went, really? Yeah. And then you laid this whole plan out and decided, well, I'm going to do this and that and then this and then that. And damn if you didn't do it. So why would that not be fun? Watching you and Brent Mason meet for the first time at breakfast.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's a very disparate group. I've noticed when I have dinner with you and 5 of your other super close longtime friends out here in LA, it's a very disparate group. Yeah. And it seems to just be based on, not everybody's famous. None of us are really. It's based on your love of technology and art and science. And I think you respect people who basically kind of stick to something and try and make it work, which is what you've had to do, I think.
It also takes a heart hit.
Somehow that happened with us. I don't know how.
I take no responsibility for my side of it. But a hard hit is kind of, to me, that's what happens with music. If you listen to something, you get a hard hit from it, you're paying attention fast.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Here's the other question, and you don't have to answer, but how do you balance keeping your company safe? I know, because you work it's a Herculean effort for you to keep that company on track, but yet you seem to be just making music all the time. I don't know, how many hours a night do you sleep?
A lot. I sleep a lot.
Okay.
So, almost 8 hours, 7.5 hours a night. Although sleeping recently has been more difficult, I think that the troubles, we haven't laid any of our employees off, and we've been paying them and borrowing money and doing everything we can do. We've got incredibly good people managing this process that we're doing here, helping me do the legal work with the bank. We got our PPP money from the government because Jamie and the whole team went at it and got them to give us the money. I don't see it as Herculean. I see it as just trying to do the right thing. What are the top 3 or 4 things we're going to do today? Same thing with you. You come in and go, okay, what's the work list today?
Yeah, it's true.
You could spend the whole day cleaning the bathroom if you wanted, but that's not really. It's a issue of prioritizing,
Well, and for me, it's the same way. I really try and push hard until about 4 p.m, because by then I begin to lose focus. Yeah, so I can still work. I can still get stuff done, but one of the things that I do is we get to swim in the summer, and that's my hobby, is because that's really good for my my older body. And so
they closed our pool down. I haven't been able to go to the pool because the pool's at the gym and the gym's So I don't know. My line is I'm always looking for positives while I'm dealing with negatives. That's kind of the way I'm doing it.
That's the answer. I kind of knew when I asked you that it's the team and it's the family that you've created that is your business and are your people. So I get that. It's funny. I didn't expect this guitar to sound great either, and I beat it with my 62 335, and it sounds identical. And this is the one you built me custom, and I made it so overbuilt. It's so beautiful. I thought there's no way this thing can sound good because it's just going to be a showpiece. And it's a practical. I'm already dinging it. It's kind of a shame.
Hey, I put my first ding in my guitar. Look at this. Look at the size of that thing.
That's huge.
Yeah, I put a nice, good ringer in it. I didn't make this guitar. The employees in guitar making school made this. And I really, really like it.
That's gorgeous. Wow.
Tim's an honor to have you on. Thanks for being around. I hope everybody's safe. If I'm
Likewise.
here, call me anytime.
All right.
Thanks. Bye.
See you. Bye.